purchased for $100,000. Little nubber up along first. Steve down to get it. Flips high. Throws it over Carew's head. And Sachs is aboard.
That comes under the heading of man bites dog. You just do not see Dave Steve do that. He's too good a fielder. It looked like he just squibmed out. He had Sachs completely fooled. And he's got an easy play once he gets the ball. Carew on the inside, he just threw it right over his head. Look at the reaction that Steve himself makes. And now Simmons says, bear down, try to hold it out.
And he drives it to deep right. Back goes Murphy way back. And there it is. The first grand slam in All-Star history.
Here's his time at bat. Watch the reaction. He knows he touched it off. He's watching it.
Hey everybody, it's John, 3000 Hitman. Today is March 22nd, and we are going to look at some Topps 1983 complete set, along with some autographs that go with that correlate to the 1983 All-Star Game. For those who know that I live in California, so the governor has told us to stay inside with everything going on with COVID-19. So unless you're at work, you got to be inside. So nothing better to do than to watch some old All-Star games and look at some cards. So I'm going to share those with you. Hopefully that helps some people pass their time and put their minds on something else other than what's going on. I'm upset because today I was supposed to have a meet and greet with Adrian Beltre, and that didn't happen. So Adrian promised that he would still do that. It was at a local card store here in town where the owner is friends with him. So that was set up for today, this afternoon, to have him sign some things and add it to my 3,000 hit baseballs, but Adrian wisely decided not to. It's fine, it's still postponed. He will be doing it mid-year if we can. So a little bit of a downer. That was my plans today, but not now. We're all staying in, but there's no reason why I can't go over some cards and look at the 83 Topps. So 83 Topps in the 83 All-Star Game. 83 Topps provided us with 3 future Hall of Famers at the opening of their rookie season, which was Tony Gwynn, Ryne Sandberg, and Wade Boggs. All 3 of them, though, did not play in the 83 All-Star Game. But one of the moments that I enjoyed the most out of the 83 All-Star Game was Fred Lynn hit his first, or the first, Grand Slam in All-Star history. He hit it off of San Francisco Giants' Adlai Hammaker. And at that point, Fred Lynn was playing for the Anaheim Angels. In 2016, I went down to the All-Star Fan Fest, had a chance to sit for a minute and talk to Fred Lynn. And I asked him about the home run, told him I rushed home from school to get home to see the game. And he kind of giggled and laughed. And he said, yeah, he hit it off of an old teammate, Adlai Hammaker. And we kind of talked about it briefly. And then I was able to see Steve Sachs, too. He was kind of hanging out, doing something before a show. So I had a chance to ask him really quick to sign something, and he did. And I'll show you that baseball. Steve Sachs was in the 83 All-Star Game, leadoff hitter for the National League, and he reached first on an error, throwing error, then stole second, and then scored again in that same inning. So anyways, let's dive into that, look a little bit of the cards, the complete set in the binder, and then we'll come back. All right, so let's go ahead and let's pull out 1983. Let's go back to 1983. Let's do that. All right, so I pulled out a few things to go with this episode before we look at a few of the cards. So 83, these 3 gentlemen, Hall of Famers, started their career, but were not in the All-Star Game. You got Ryne Sandberg, Tony Gwynn, and Wade Boggs. One of the baseballs I have sitting here for a reason. Steve Sachs. Steve Sachs, first inning, singled on an error off the pitcher, then stole second. Saw Steve Sachs a few years ago at an All-Star Fan Fest. He was just hanging out, having a seat. I walked by. He had the time to sit and talk to me for a minute, and he signed that for me. And then Fred Lynn. Fred Lynn was also at the same All-Star Fan Fest in San Diego. And as you'll see, Fred Lynn also was the first person to hit a grand slam in All-Star history off of Adlai Hammaker of the San Francisco Giants. So I had a chance to sit and talk with Fred Lynn for a minute, and he signed that for me. So let's get into looking at a few of these. 83. Let's see. I'm going to flip through it in no particular order to see what we see. We're on, say, Kentakove. He had that sidearm. Let's see what else is in here. Carlton Fisk. And if I pass something up, forgive me. I'm just kind of going through. Fernando. Johnny Bench. Pete. Dwight Evans. Don Sutton. Billy Martin. Great home run hitter, Dave Kingman. It's Cal. Harold Baines. Luis Tiant for the Angels. Ricky Henderson. Rod Carew, first base, starting for the 83 All-Star game. I like the headband there. The Cobra. Dave Parker. Dusty Baker. See what else we can see. Bill Buckner. Gotta love the old Pirates hats where Willie Stargell started giving him stars to put on the side of those pill caps. Look at that. Terry Francona. Great catcher, Lance Parrish. 83 was a good time, Jerry Remy. Mike Schmidt had an error at third base in that game. Tommy Lasorda, Larry Boa. Just kind of flipping through this, you guys, to see what we can find here. Another Hall of Famer, Robbie Yacht. Yacht. There's Nolan. Davey Lopes. He left the Dodgers at that point. Brett Butler. Jesse Orosco. Gary Carter. Some of those all-star cards that went in that. Bobby Grich, Rod Carew, George Brett, Robin Yacht, Reggie Jackson, Carlton Fisk, Fred Lynn, Ricky Henderson, Pete Vukovich, Quisenberry, Pete Rose, Mike Schmidt, The Hawk, Dale Murphy, Davey Concepcion, Tim Raines, Gary Carter, Steve Rogers, Steve Carlton, Bruce Sutter, just to name a few. So anyway, so let's wrap that up. And 83, good year. Produced a lot of Hall of Famers, men in the 3,000 hit club. All right, so that's the 83 Topps 1983 set with Gwynn, Boggs, and Sandberg, and a couple other people in that set. I enjoyed the set. I enjoyed the All-Star game, and Fred Lynn's home run in that was actually his grand slam. So with that being said, I'm going to try to come back next week with another set. I'm looking somewhere in the 70s, not sure if it's 70 or 71, and look at that 71 All-Star game too, which was an iconic one with Reggie Jackson's home run and Hank Aaron's very first All-Star home run. So I hope everybody stays safe. I enjoy you watching and taking the time. Hopefully it occupies a little bit of your time during this period. And please be safe. Go out, check out another channel. Enjoy that time that you have with your family. Stay safe, and I will talk to everybody next week.